Hey folks, Quilly18 here, and welcome to another episode of Let's Play Hearts of Iron 4. We are playing as Brazil, Communist Brazil. We've got occupation of the entirety of the Americas, less the islands, and most of Africa is also ours. Don't be confused about Italian green versus the Brazilian green. We're trying to make a push towards Suez over here, not to mention we're trying to make a push towards Rome over here. We've been responsible for taking most of the south over here, including Italy, even though it's going into Portuguese occupation, which is fine. It means we don't have to spend political power babysitting them. We don't get the production right away, but that's all right. Most of it's going to be smashed up anyway. We'll wait until there's the actual peace deal, and we'll see what we can do at that point. See if you can make that run. That should be okay. And then here, too, we can probably just clean this all up pretty easily, actually. We didn't actually get to that naval base, which I should do. We don't actually need to own all that territory, but it's annoying me that we don't. Alright, Gold Squad is done taking everything over here, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to shift them over to the European theater, make sure they've got no orders. I'm going to give them a battle plan. These are pure infantry, so their ability to really push fast is a bit meh. But here we go. Green. This is not going to be your front anymore. Make sure you're all focused down there. Whereas Gold Squad. Here you go here. I realize you're not actually made for Alpine fighting. But that's going to be okay. And we'll see if we can get you to push towards Berlin whenever you get there. So yeah, green is going to be focused on coming down here. Please and thank you. They were splitting themselves up a bit, actually. But this should be going well again. Our contribution in the war against the Axis is not going to be as significant as the one against the Allies, where we have like almost 80%, but it's going to be pretty good. Did you get added in over here? There we go, good. Meanwhile, I think that our invasion force over here can probably do a naval invasion from here to here. Lock that in. And I'm going to move these fellows over. I'm going to tell them that their job is now to garrison over here. Hopefully that doesn't overwhelm our supply in the short term. But this should get the pink folks. Oh, we're still garrisoning over here. Hold on. No. There we go. Cancel that mode. Halt your commands. There you go. You'll make your way over. Excellent. Just because they're going to then make the jump into the UK as well. Now, that does not leave us a lot of troops over here. We're going to have to do a big redeployment of something at some point. But we are training a new group of infantry. They're almost all the way not green, which is going to be good, not to mention a few other tanks as well. And basically, when it's time for us to move over to... I should really just give you a little bit of a location here. When it's time for us to start the invasion of the UK, then I will make sure they get spawned and moved over, maybe a little bit sooner. But we'll get there when we get there. Meanwhile, green group, heading down here. Excellent. Gold group, well, you're still making your way over, actually. But hey, there's some nice ports that we got here in Italy to assist you with doing that, which is great and lovely. Meanwhile, red guys, let's make sure you... Didn't really need to do that with everyone. Oh, silver, you can go this way. And you are going to finish that. Excellent. And that's going to clean up these whole areas here. Very happy about that. We're coming in for a bit of a scoosh over here. You're going to take that port. These guys will be cut off from supplies, which is going to be nice and handy-dandy. And good push here. In fact, what I'm going to tell Red Squad is I'm going to remove that. And then, yeah, your offensive line is over there. Good. So, yeah, the Red Squad will entirely move up here, try to complete that push towards Suez. And then, you know, hopefully other people clean this up. Looks like there are some forces over here. Are these... You're not telling me what country this belongs to? There you go. Portugal. All right. They're going to do that. We've got some Italian troops cut off here. Yeah, everything's going well. We don't have to clean up everything down there. And in fact, this is not going to lead to anyone capitulating, but it sure as hell feels good and cuts off oil supplies, which doesn't affect their existing troops. And I don't know how much left they've got in production, but we may as well still clean this up and push through there. The Axis are not going to capitulate until Japan falls, so it's not going to be a bad thing for us to hold on to this at this time. Meanwhile, fighting here goes well. We're actually getting close to Warsaw here, the Soviet Union, doing very well. They've countered this push and are moving into Turkey, which is nice to see. They still have lost a lot of the territory over here, and it's actually surprising that the British Raj is holding out against Japan as well, but I'm thinking that's not made a priority. Also, it's pretty mountainous and low in supply over there, so it's kind of hard to wage an offensive war. All right, you're doing that. This is looking a bit messy. That's going to get cleaned up in a second. Actually, why don't you guys Go and move over this way. That's going to be fine, and retake that, because apparently we're going to lose that again. And you can come and just wiggle through this. Make sure that all gets claimed. I mean, some already is, but let's make sure that gets cleaned up properly, because it drives me crazy when it doesn't. Meanwhile, Green Squad completed that push. But I guess, well, someone's probably going to go and grab Palermo. So what we're going to do is... I'm going to merge up here. We have a field marshal. He's not very experienced. But we'll just get another level 1 field marshal. We got 2. So you guys are going to, as a group, just join this push to Berlin. So 37 divisions, relatively normal or narrow path. That's going to be good. You'll get Munich along the way, Prague, probably Vienna as well, actually. Now, there's some Alpine fighting first, and actually a little bit more along the way. You have some Alpine troops, not too many. You got the tanks, though, which is fun. We could split off the tanks into their own divisions and then do some beelines that way. Italy has officially capitulated. Wonderful. There you go. Didn't even have to take Palermo. See how convenient that is? Woot woot. They still have some holdings over here because it's so far away. That's Red Squad. That's going to be mostly busy with doing that. Oh, these guys are continuing to make a nice push over there. Very good. Let's do something like that. And this, and actually doing this will cut off most of the Italian supplies down here. They could still ferry some troops maybe through, I don't know, or some supplies I meant through, you know, maybe Japanese waters and things like that, but that's not going to be very good for them. Meanwhile, how's this invasion coming along? Oh, you're actually going right now. Nice. We've got the aerial presence over here. Indeed, we do. Yeah, and we've got a shipping presence, but there's no actual fighting. I think we take the Faroes easily. And then I think we make the hop to the UK. All right, so since it's going to take us a while to get there, I'm going to go ahead and... Oh, the first group already deployed. Okay, and you as well. Oh, which is in a different area. That's okay, though. You're going to join Pink Squad over here, which are garrisoned in Iceland. Now, Iceland can't support that many people, although I did up the infrastructure a little bit. But the idea is they're going to get there, and I'm going to move them. In fact, they'll probably get told to go somewhere else before they actually ever get settled properly in Iceland. Although if I was concerned about that, what I could do is just spread them out a little bit and say, yeah, you know what? Also, why don't you also garrison here and here? There we go. That way you'll be still moving generally closer to the front. So this is a giant marine group that moves very slowly for taking most of this, which is, well, I think the ship movement happens a long time, but they take a lot longer to prepare than a small squad would. But in case these things are defended, I want to be able to break through and actually, like, pull it off. So just wait for them to land, and then we'll make a jump to the Orkneys. Boom, good. Cancel existing mission. Start planning a new naval invasion. From here, you know what? Just go directly to there. I know it's a lot more dangerous, but I have faith in you. I'm going to add the north... do you need to go through here as well? I don't know. Well, we're going to find out. And we don't have the aerial presence over here. This is a lot riskier. I'm going to start building the air bases over here. They build fast, and it would not surprise me if we need an extended, like, aerial presence over the north of the UK here. So, let's see what we can do. What do you have to say? Western approaches. So you do want to go through there. Okay. What if I cancel you and ask you to do a naval invasion from here to there? Would that satisfy you? Okay, now you don't have to go through the Exer-C. Excellent. So I don't want to have to patrol the western approaches quite yet. We'll do this. It does make us very, very vulnerable to aerial bombing, though. Very, very, very vulnerable. And we can't reach it. Okay, so I think we have to wait for the... I think we have to wait for the airfields to get built here so that we can have a fighter presence over here and protect our ships. So now they won't actually go because we won't have a presence, but I'm going to tell them to stop. They'll prep everything, but they won't actually make the move at this time. All right, so we're still getting Pink Squad over here. There's going to be some back and forth because of what I did, but that's okay. I'm going to tell these guys, some of them, to halt and reevaluate their life. That's going to be fine. Caribbean Sea? Oh, yeah, you did that thing again. Well, all right. You're not going to go through. You're going to be okay. Would be nice to take care of all those islands to have stopped those invasions ages ago, but turns out we were fine. Speaking of fine, let's go ahead and cut this in half. Send you out over here. I'm sure New York is still relatively okay. We'll just grab like one of these. Send you out to Toronto. And over here, well overkilled. Excellent. Cut you in half. I'll send you just to Toronto for now, although I think there's still some bits over here that need taken care of. Just grab, can I just grab 2 of these? There's gotta be an easier way to, I guess I could have grabbed all of them, split you in half, and then cut one more off of there. There we go. And Detroit. How are we here? Can't really pull anyone away from there. I could maybe pull one away from here, send you to Detroit. I mean, it's sort of moot, and Canada doesn't have that many factories, so I don't really care about bringing down its occupation or its resistance. So the U.S. right now is basically dealt with. Detroit, we're going to send some people over there, and most likely we will have no more sabotage going on in the U.S. and all of its glorious, glorious factories, which is nice to finally get there. Let me go and trim this back a little bit so we can stay relatively focused, which is going upwards towards Berlin here. Carry operations done. May as well keep getting some more. Do you have an airfield yet? Not yet. Alright, but it's not going to take too long. These planes, I guess that's still fine. These planes here, though, I'm going to go and take them out. It doesn't look like there's much going on here. There's still, well, when was the last time that happened? Let me go and clear that out. Oh, yeah, I canceled them the wrong way, but that's okay. Okay. Bum, 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 bum. We're paused, so that's not going to lead to any construction. All right, you got that. Red Squad. Red Squad doing well over here. Tempted to just do a big right click here because it'll help us push through a lot of this stuff, but it looks like things are going to get taken care of. I think what I need to do for Red Team is delete your old offensive line and tell you to push through to over here. It's only 5 divisions. There we go, 24 divisions. And then you guys are going to go around this, which, okay, that was a bit of a mistake, I guess. Right, because there's no teams told to be on this front whatsoever. But yeah, which is, I guess, fine, since there's not really anything in there, but we do want this cleaned up. The gray guys might take care of some of this. Actually, I'm going to encourage them to do that and that, just to help cut back on some of this stuff for now. But yeah, pushing through here will be quite good. We don't actually have control of the canal yet. I'm actually not sure. I don't think you need both sides. We may actually have the provinces for it. I mean, you can see it here, but I don't know if I've got it or not. Just clean that up. It's bothering me. All right. So this push, you know, it's going to be a little harder. Again, there's lots of mountains and things, and these are not like the most aggressively minded groups. But it ain't bad, and we've got a decent amount of tank divisions. They're pretty advanced tanks. Although, you know, I'm not saying that we're necessarily going to outnumber anyone else's forces, but they're what they are. Can I free up any more over here? Maybe New York? Yeah, actually. I can trim one off anyway. We'll send you over to Halifax, because there's some naval bases there. All right, I'm gonna say that's pretty much good. I'm gonna try to avoid dealing with that anymore because I don't think it's a good use of my attention. So big push here. I mean, it's not, you know, we're not cleaning everything up, but we are trying to beeline onto Berlin. I think we will. I mean, I'm part of the Comintern, but there's still that little race. Can we beat, you know, the Soviet Union to it? Can we beat the Allied? Actually, there's no real Allied presence here. I think the Allies are basically just the island of Great Britain. I think Ireland. Ireland's also in the Allies. Yeah. All right. So these islands over here is basically it when it comes to the Allies. I guess the British Raj. And, okay, some more islands down there, but who cares about that? Although to get the final capitulation of the UK, we may have to go, or the final capitulation of the Allies, we may have to go and deal with that. Afghanistan is down, which is nice, because there's actually a communist Afghanistan here, the Democratic Republic. That's one of ours, so that's kind of handy. Still some skirmishes there. We're still pushing up over here. What is that? That's red group, right? And keep pushing up over here. That's nice. Yeah, you're already doing that. You can punch in there. Just deal with this. And you also help deal with this. We'll just get rid of that completely. Is that part of the red front? Although there's no one assigned to it, which is good, but it's still a little bit weird that it's there. And actually, I'll do the same thing. Well, I'm going to leave some of the fronts here because it makes it a little easier to see that they exist. Let's just go and polish that off. Like so. All right, good. Do. Push to Berlin. Yeah. I might be able to, like, take... there's a fairly hefty front line. I don't think I can just take some of my tanks and right-click on Berlin or anything to encourage them to go. And we do have them set to aggressive mode, so they are pushing pretty strongly here. Field Marshal, rank 2. It's fine. Actually, that's a new one, so he's already leveled up from 1 to 2 there, which is pretty good. Excellent. There's a lot of fighting, so there's a lot of time to get experience points. Portugal or Switzerland still neutral. Still got, you know, the island presence over here. The AI really doesn't like to take these islands, which is interesting, considering how many naval invasions they tried against me. They never did bother taking, you know, Italy never bothered to take Malta or anything like that, which I guess is kind of realistic. All right, we have an airfield here now? Yes, we do. 400 planes. So what I'm going to do here is put 1, 2, 3 bombers and 100 fighters. Both you guys are going to be in the North Sea. Doing that, providing some cover for our ships. You guys are going to go as soon as you've got enough of a presence, which we are going to accomplish by taking these guys and telling them to control the North Sea. And we are go! We are go for the invasion of here, and then we can hop down to there without having to get a big presence in the western approaches. Although, to actually bring our true land forces over here, I suspect we will have to get a naval presence here. But once we've got this, I will move the ships basically all right there. Hopefully it's going to be fine. My fleet over here, I'm going to grab and detach just a couple of destroyers off here. 1, 2, 3. 3 being a different way of saying a couple. We're going to position you there. Put you on convoy escort duty here. Here. And the Denmark Strait, because my main fleet's not going to be there. There we go. So you'll do a little bit of convoy duty here. Give us a little bit of vision, maybe protect our ships from the subs as we go and reinforce over there. And we don't have a very powerful navy, but it is what it is. We're going to cancel that and tell you to do this. There we go. These 3 zones over here. All right, that landing worked out well. Cancel, invade to there, execute. The North Sea. Well, we should have a presence. The ships just haven't arrived properly yet. But yeah, we do have a presence there, so you should go eventually. And Pink Squad. I'm going to cancel all your old orders, and I'm going to tell you that your job is now to garrison this little island, well, this whole zone over here, which should cause you to move over to here. Now, that is a hell of a defense. We may not be able to break that. Well, what we're going to do here... I can't build it. It counts as foreign territory. That's actually very, very, very annoying. Okay. Full infrastructure. Full naval base over here. Top priority. Because what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to change Pink Squad. Tell them that their job is actually to mount a naval invasion from here to there? That's interesting. I guess because it's the same sea. Oh, yeah. To there. Those are your orders. I know you're not... oops. Lock in. I know you're not actually Marines. Maybe I should make these guys join the same attack. Actually, I think that's exactly what's going to happen. Okay. So we're going to have some Marines. They're going to get over here. We're going to mount the attack from the Faroe Islands up here. You control over quite a few seas. And I'm really worried, actually, that our aerial presence is not going to be enough. What I should do is tell my my ships to ignore these two zones for a little while. There you go. Just pull back over here so we can get everyone over. And that's going to be okay. It's going to take a while to prep all the units, 77 days, and they, of course, won't go if we don't have the presence. I'm going to make sure you're not actually executing the plan, but you're still going to be going here, which is going to be fine. Raider patrols. Yeah, let's keep going here. We're not doing much things with battle cruisers, but what the hell. And we're still building up our airfields. Yeah, well, because we're going to want an aerial presence over here. German Reich declared war on Lithuania. Okay. Oh, Lithuania joined the common term. Interesting. Hello, game. Oh, are you doing that thing because I got the screen open and you're trying to go through midnight? And oh no! I don't think it's going to crash. I think it's just going to do the long, long pause. It's probably the game's way of telling me I've played enough today. I've been recording for hours. Oh, Denmark capitulated. Poland... Wait. Czechoslovakia. That's interesting that it all happened at the same time. Okay, with the game pause, what I want to do... That's the closest, huh? You've got a little bit of capacity again. Okay, here's what we're going to do. Cancel this. It's just going to be the easiest way of doing it. I'm going to take this, split it in half, take this, split it in half. Take these two, tell them to be in the western approaches. And they went and inherited the same commands from before, so that's good. Okay. And then I'll increase the capacity on these as the Faroe Islands airport gets built, which I believe it is still... I think we've still got that happening. Airbase, yeah. We're going to try to max out this airbase because we're going to need it. Plus, we'll probably want to run CAS duties over here, something like that. Did I want to start building... Hold on. I got my jet fighter tech. I didn't switch over to it. Did I want to do that? I think I was thinking, oh, I'll just wait until level 2, but that's, I suppose, a little bit silly. We don't need to do this. I didn't realize, yeah, we're still building transport planes. We've got a lot of them. That's actually not so... Oh, what did I cancel? I think I canceled the wrong thing. That's okay. I'm going to cancel this. So carrier naval bomber, carrier fighters. We'll just use the one set. It's fine. It's a lot easier to do. We're going to switch over here and start building jet fighters. Not rocket interceptors. Oh, did we? We haven't actually unlocked that. Ha-ha. Ah-ha-ha. No, we do have jet fighters. And I will start. I know there's an ahead of time penalty. There it is. Oh, it wasn't where I thought it was in the list. Range is already pretty good, but more range would be extremely helpful over here. And more engine is always really strong. Let's fix the reliability problem. And that's it for our points. So no more weapons, but... yeah, a lot... Well, does speed really make much of a difference? No, actually. It makes hardly any difference, really. Whereas more range would actually go a long way. No pun intended. There we go. We'll go with this. Lots of range is actually going to make a big difference for us. Let's get a couple of sets of these developing and move them up to the top. Excellent. Okay. Yeah, starting to develop that will be pretty handy. Okay. Yes, we're going to plan this invasion once everyone gets here. We'll be ready to go. Did some of these like lose their association? I think they did, actually. You don't seem to be part of Pink Squad anymore. Did you get interrupted along the way? There's something about the way things got canceled. I'm not sure. Now, what I could do with Pink Group over here and this is actually probably a really good idea. I'm going to take all of the infantry and switch them over to be Marines. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take all the heavy tanks and break them off into their own thing. I'm going to tell these guys that their job is to garrison over here. But that's it. There's going to be a lot of green things here. We're going to tell you guys to start training. That's going to be okay. Meanwhile, you are going to join the pink. You are going to join the teal. And you here are going to become Marines as well. We're going to make this a very serious invasion. Or the paratrooper thing. Not sure exactly where we'll land. And right now, actually, not much of an aerial presence. We might be able to do a big paratrooper drop over here. But I'm going to try a massive Marine invasion as our first plan. So you guys, yeah, you're going to train. You're not going to do the actual attack because I didn't actually hit go on that, which is fine. We don't even have a ship presence over here, so that's going to be okay. I'm not going to plan an actual naval invasion with the tanks. Supplies are going to be a bit of a problem. I could hold the tanks a little further away. I could keep them here. Although right now we don't have a naval presence around there, so... Yeah, why don't I cancel the tanks orders and tell you to instead garrison back here. That way we can spread out the load a little bit. I don't think we actually have... Yeah, we have so many broken factories, we don't really have them waiting in the queue, so that's going to be okay. Got a lot of obsolete stuff in the queue we don't care about either. A ridiculous amount of these. Still don't have enough tanks, actually. Or self-propelled artillery. We should probably go and get more of that production. I mean, we've got these lines, and we're waiting for the efficiency to kick in. It's not going to take that long to fill up what we need. Or is it? And we don't have that many more working factories, actually. I mean, first of all, I can cancel these, but, I mean, this really doesn't mean anything. I could come back on some of the actual infantry equipment. And I think I actually will. We have a need for reinforcement, but is that true? Actually, hold on. No, we have tons stored. So there's a need, but not really. So we might have some actual non-damaged factories ready to go now. No, we don't. I mean, I could bring them up in the priority queue. But I think that's going to be okay for now. So we still have this. Things have moved down. How's our support equipment? Not infinite. Good, but not infinite. The artillery, actually, we basically have infinite amounts of both. You know, yeah, we really do. There's no way we'll ever need that much. So I'm just going to, just so it doesn't annoy me, we'll cancel the second line. Keep one line in there and one in there just so that it doesn't harass me about it. So that's good. Let's go and add another self-propelled artillery over here. Good. We might still have some actual factories in here. In fact, we don't have unlimited support equipment, so I'm actually going to go and increase that a bit in case I start making some funny shifts around at some point. Let's add a third line of jet fighters. There we go. And then we're out of actual factories, which is fine. Okay. Still going to tell... We've probably got like 100 damaged ones. That's okay. They're going to be in the queue at some point. But what's very important is at this point, we should no longer have anyone breaking factories in the US, which is actually where most of our factories are at this point. And that's a really, really good thing. We'll still have to spend some amount of time repairing some of the others from time to time that might be over here, but that's minuscule and insignificant. Mostly we're building up our infrastructure in the Faroe Islands. I can probably cancel the base here. One just got finished in Iceland. We don't need any more of that, so that's going to be okay. Still lots of factories to fix over here, but that's going to not be a problem for much longer. The repairs should happen relatively quickly. Got a bunch of radar installations that still want to get built. Speaking of, let's get a couple of ranks of radar in the Faroe Islands and bring that up to the top of the priority as well, along with all the other things it's going to get built over there, because we need to put a lot of people on here, so getting its supply up is actually going to be quite important. Well, we've already got enough civilian factories that all the Faroe Island stuff is at the highest priority, so hopefully things don't start to starve out too much. Right now, there's a little bit of training going on, so you are going to see the attrition. Just try to get these back to regular over here after the giant shift in what they've got. Is there anything else we need to do than Marines? Like, are they up to date with all of our latest stuff? I mean, they're 20 width. They don't land with artillery because that would give them a penalty here, but they do have double artillery here. Engineer Company, which helps with the amphibious assault. Recon, and the Signal Company to help them stack a little bit harder, which seems okay. We might even want to do like a full set of 24 Marines over here, because we can do like 100 Marine invasions at once now. But I think this will do. If this doesn't work, well, wouldn't be a huge surprise, honestly. They're pretty well defended over there. They probably have good intel. But maybe we can get some CAS support here. Maybe we can get a huge fighter presence. And the plan after this will be to do a paratrooper invasion, because by that point we'll probably have a lot of jet fighters. We'll be able to put like 1,000 jet fighters over the Scottish Highlands, and then we'll just land there that way. Thank you very much for watching another episode, folks. I'll see you guys next time.